Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about one of the most, if not the most, overrated piece of shit first-person shooters I've ever experienced in my life. Huh? Oh no, we're not talking about Overwatch. That game's actually pretty good. No, in today's humble opinion, we're reluctantly answering the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer starter pack. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer starter pack is 1/4 of a first-person shooter developed by Treyarch and published by Activision, and you can tell that it's only a quarter because of its title, which only gets more disappointing as you read it. Call of Duty Black Ops 3? Great. Multiplayer? Alright, I guess most people only play the multiplayer to begin with starter pack. Wow, Grandma socks again for Christmas this year? You shouldn't have. Really. Bundle Grandma, why? Now, the multiplayer starter pack is actually a lot more awesome than it initially sounds. It comes with a lot of top-tier exclusive content that you just can't get anywhere else. What is that content? Well, it's limitations. Limitations are what you get. A lot of them. You don't get single player, you don't get zombies, you don't get levels above 55, and you definitely can't prestige. What you get is to wait in line with your level 1 self, awaiting repeated slaughter by the people who have devoted their entire lives to Call of Duty since the dawn of mankind. Luckily, the matchmaking takes pity on you and it only pits you against people within 400 levels of you, as far as I know. That's great balancing on their part because I'd hate for me to be completely outclassed in every sense of the word every time I played the game. Now I bet you're wondering when I'm going to get around to criticizing the actual half of this quarter of a game that's neither menus nor lobby, but I'm going to be completely honest with you and say that I don't fucking know how the game plays. I can move, I can jump, I can shoot, I can lob a grenade with an arm weaker than my non-masturbation arm, but that's about the extent of my knowledge. I don't know if it's balanced, I don't know if it ever becomes possible to sense an enemy's presence before you take a bullet and or sword to the back of the skull. I don't even know what the fuck this thing is. That's a recurring theme, by the way, not knowing what the fuck things are. Apparently classes are a thing, but I don't know what any of them do, except for the fact that if they were in my hands, they'd be doing jack shit besides dying at the hands of someone much more devoted to figuring it out than I am. And it doesn't help that in true Treyarch fashion, they've locked half of them away, so you'll never get to learn them unless you earn them. But even with all of those incredibly frustrating implementations, there are a few things that remind me of the sorts of things that you can experience in higher quality shooting games, like this character named Reaper or this loadout called Overwatch. This starter pack is sold on Steam for $14.99 and has never been on sale since its release. Even when you know what you're getting into, I can't suggest it for that price. It's fair enough that a quarter of a game costs a quarter of its price, but it just doesn't feel appropriate. I'd suggest either buying the game in full when it drops to half price and not messing with this, or at least waiting until it's half price at $7.50 before investing in a glorified demo. Gameplay for the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer starter pack earns a 3 out of 10, but admittedly that's only because I don't know what's going on half the time. So I can't really say that it's the mechanics that brings me to this point as much as I can say that it's the terrible matchmaking. At the rate that I was going, I'd never be able to work out how everything works, especially not through the seething fury that comes with being spawn camped. Between that and the overwhelming amount of game modes, custom loadouts, specialists, and whatever the black market is, it's got a lot of content that just isn't readily accessible or easily digested by newcomers. Value for this one earns a 0 out of 10, a score that I'm not giving lightly. This title was the front runner for the month, the game that was included to inspire people to subscribe to the Humble Monthly, and this is what we got. It's absolutely abysmal, and I can't wrap my head around why they would even suggest it. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 has been out for a year, and with first-person shooters, especially in franchises that release new titles frequently, if you're gonna buy it, you usually buy it pretty quickly. There has been almost a whole year for veterans of the series to play it and for new players to get on board with it, and you're waving around a strictly multiplayer experience in this game like it's something to be proud of. Without so much as a single player mode to get used to the controls, it's actually insane. I'm not even sure who the Humble Bundle was trying to reach with this one. They claim to highly curate these games. What made them think that a game with only a quarter of its content unlocked and a huge following of much more skilled players would be something to give to people? Who was the demographic they were aiming for? I might be speaking from a narrow perspective as someone who subscribed to the monthly for the thrill of discovery, but is there that much of an audience for Call of Duty and a bundle that is much more known for dabbling on the indie side of game development? Are there that many subscribers who love Call of Duty Black Ops 3 so much that they would shell out $12 for only a quarter of the game just to smell its leftover turkey dinner farts? Are there even that many people who don't know what Call of Duty is or how it plays that they would need a $15 demo? At least they were kind enough to slap us in the face with a time-sensitive coupon for the rest of the game, just in case we were interested in paying even more. Everything about this frustrates me as a consumer, and it's one of those things that I can let slide but will make me squint my eyes and become a lot more wary on the bundles to come. Overall, the Partial game earns a composite score of 1.5 out of 10. Without a single-player campaign or the Zombies game mode, there's actually nothing redeeming about playing it at this point. It's just death and utter disappointment. I can only recommend it if you're super into Call of Duty and just haven't gotten around to buying it for whatever reason, or if you want to punish yourself for your sins in hopes of getting into heaven. Hopefully the rest of this bundle will make up for it.